and welcome to round one. Let's see, hide that.
Biggie size our cards here for. So, do you keep a hand like this that needs a swamp to get there?
We're on the draw.
I'm tempted to keep this.
We have two pieces of removal. We have a card that will replace itself.
Even if we just hit another planes, we can Luminous Bonds.
Yeah, I think we keep. Well, I did keep.
Yeah.
I think it's probably fine.
It's close. We just need to peel that swamp.
Right.
If we do peel the swamp in the next 2 turns, we're just doing it.
Oh, hey, all right, sure.
Keep us alive.
Another piece of removal, which I definitely don't hate. And one that we can actually play sand any land at all.
Yeah, without even having to get there. Our opponent is much the same boat. Swamp off the top.
No, still not a swamp off the top. Okay, well now we need a land.
Yeah, we got to hit lands at some point, right?
So here's a question.
There they go.
Good, mirror match, yay.
Ooh, and Martyr. Which Baffling Ant does answer cleanly if we want to go that route.
Yeah. I mean, let's see what we draw. If we draw anything but land, we have to...
Ooh, getting there. So now what do we play?
I think it's Bloodletter. I think it's Sky March.
I think it is Bloodletter because then we can get Glorifier down next turn if we hit a land, or Vampire, Voracious Vampire, pump it and start just, doing the race thing. And we have ways to break the race when we need to.
I mean, Moment of Craving. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh boy, here goes the mirror match.
How much fun would it be to play 3 vampire mirrors?
It depends on what your definition of fun is. If it matches mine, not very.
Not at all. What do you think we play? Glorifier. Okay.
Okay.
That's not bad.
I think we... Do we Baffling that?
The Voracious?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Moment. We could Moment.
I think we want to build out the board first. I like just putting out some threats.
Yeah, that's fair. We probably want to have more of a board presence.
Just go, go tit for tat on what they're playing and then bust out the removal once we're... I think we do run out in second Bloodletter.
Yeah.
Once we finally decide that we're going to play our removal on their stuff, our threats remaining are flying. You're going to have ground guys.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm the opponent, this is not 4 cards in hand. Comparable board state, especially after we play this.
I think a land for Sanguine Glorifier soon, and we're just firmly in the driver's seat.
Oh, for sure. Even if we don't, we have 3 pieces of removal that we can just cast. If we hit a plane, then we can double spell.
Double spell would be so satisfying.
There's
no real profitable hits here, and we've gained a little bit of life off the Bloodletters. And if they're going to do the Conquistador thing,
all right,
we can go over the top of the Conquistador thing.
Let's see how many Conquistadors they have. Actually, that was a card we didn't see.
Yeah, we didn't see a single one.
Did not see a card.
Maybe someone was in mono white Conquistadors.
Whoa, 3.
There we go.
All right.
I'm pretty happy if they just want to tap out for 2. Hey, look what blocks a 2/2.
So just Glorify here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bash for 5 in the air. Leave a 3/3 back on blocking that kind of slows their attacking down.
Seems good. Admittedly, okay. I was going to say, they do have the 2-up. A Moment would be pretty good.
A Moment would be feel bad there. I still think it's the play you have to jam.
Oh, sure.
Because they do have to answer some of these guys pretty soon.
Yeah, this is almost a 3-turn clock. It's pretty close to a 3-turn. It is a 3-turn clock if we play Voracious Vampire next turn, actually.
How rewarded were we with this keep?
We got lucky with this keep.
Yeah,
let's be clear about what's happening here.
Our opponent is kind of flooding out as well.
They are.
So they're representing a trick.
Yeah. Do we block?
That's a really good question. I'm not even sure. I feel like kind of no, right? So what's the worst that can happen if you don't block? Do we die?
Did we die? No, I don't think so, right? So they have 9 permanents, right? Just keep in mind, Conqueror's Pride.
Yep.
So they don't have a send, so it's still only be +1/+1. So that pumps it to 9. We're still at 6, and we can stabilize pretty easily from there. If they have any combat trick,
I like not.
Yeah, I think not. Yeah.
We're just racing.
Yeah, I think we're fine with that.
I think so too. If they drop something huge here that uses all their mana, we get rid of it. If they just play more Conquistadors, we're fine with that.
Okay.
I'm pretty okay with that as well. You still get in for 5.
So
we could just this top deck changes some stuff here. So lines that are interesting, we could Baffling End something, Moment of Craving something, jam for 5, or we could Sanguine Glorifier and just hit with the flyer, which I kind of like.
Put 2 3/3s on the board and hit with a 3/3 in the air. Yeah, I don't mind that. And then if it feels like the board's getting a little overwhelmed, actually, if they then play out 2 Conquistadors next turn, we can untap, Craving, Baffling End their 2 cards, and then if they attack the whole block, right, then we just get in.
Yeah, I like that. And I like being a little conservative with leaving up 2 blockers here.
I agree.
See, what makes this so good for us is that we have this removal packed hand.
Yeah. And
we have a hand flooded with 3-mana 2/2s.
Yep. Yeah, because I haven't played any of them. So we know 3 of the 5 are Conquistadors. Still 3 of the 5.
Yep.
So they're definitely representing a trick. Do we take it? I think we have to block 1.
Yeah, I think we do block 1.
Because if they do, so at this point, Pride of Conquerors does kill us.
Yeah.
Right. If we block 1, do we double block the Voracious Man?
I like that.
Because then we still kill the creature, and they only get 1.
Yeah, I like that.
And all the pump spells, right, are +2/+2 or -2/-2, which is effectively the same thing.
Yeah,
and it also makes it easier to block in future turns without the evasion on it.
And then we'd only take 6 damage with Pride.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 6 with Pride. Yeah. Well, no, 8 with Pride.
Oh, are they ascended here?
They would be.
Yeah. I wonder if that's what it is. Nope, just Bamzeal. The first strike's a little annoying.
Yeah, so that does.
That gets him there.
Yeah. Although this stays alive.
Yeah, it's not that bad for us, but
no.
And then they're gonna play some dorks.
It's a 1-for-1 there. Dork. Sure.
It'd be funny if they just drew 3 more off of it.
Okay.
So what do we want to do?
That's a really good question. So we play land.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have to do double removal here.
Double removal?
Let's see. Alright, so let's think about this.
Yeah.
If we Craving, because I think we do have to kill the menace creature. I think that has to just be done.
That's fair.
That gains us 2 life. We go back up to 6. Or 7, rather. We can attack with the Bloodletter. You know what I don't actually hate? Is playing Voracious Vampire. Pumping the Bloodletter, get in for 4. And then kill this, and we have 2 blockers up.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
7, and then a pump spell still doesn't kill us.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
We know one of the 2 is a Legion Conquistador. Even if they have another piece of removal, right? It's a piece of removal Conquistador. Yeah.
And Moment of Craving as our instant speed interaction alters the race and combat math for them too, so I like that line.
Yeah.
And it still leaves the possibility, depending on how they attack, of double removal spell for lethal next turn.
Yeah. It is funny, right? We're like,
we can beat this plan, and then it's a tight one. I still think we can beat this plan. I wonder how we sequenced.
I mean, right, like, as silly as the Conquistadors are, it does actually play to their strength that they're flooding out here. Because getting
double spell
bodies on the field is important.
Oh, for sure.
Even if they're just gray ogres, that's still, it just gives them more options.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is interesting. So they're attacking.
So yeah, that seems about right. Swing out, because you swing out her.
So we block.
Like they're thinking you win or die.
Yeah.
Here.
Right. So we have to block 2.
Yep. They're basically interchangeable for the purpose of this. I just want to see what they have.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we can't take the damage. We'll have to fire it off first.
Yeah. So if they have a pump spell, we're dead.
Yep.
It might have actually been wrong for us not to
fire it off
and turn. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Spicy stuff there.
Punished indeed. Yeah, would have been right to main phase it. Yeah.
Damn, we can't beat a bunch of these.
Oh wait, no, we're still alive.
Do we make it through?
Yeah, right. Because it's first strike. It put us to 7. And then they.
So they need another pump.
They needed another pump.
Yeah, that life gain is so relevant. What do you have, opponent?
Oof.
So if they just play out their
Bloodletter would kill us.
Sky Marcher does not kill us.
That's fine.
Do we know what's the last card in hand that they have?
Legion Conquistador.
Yeah, so double removal spell gets us there.
Woo!
Wow, what a sequence of events.
Wow.
Unbelievable. We almost got super punished.
We almost did get super punished.
Never punished. So first thing we do is play that Dusk Legion Zealot. Draw, because we got to draw a card. We got to draw a card for options.
You're a terrible person. You're an absolutely terrible person. Alright, so we're just going to go battling in. Get rid of this bad boy.
And then show him the other removal spell. Goodness, what a game. Well, Ray of Erasure, or whatever, Ray of Anti-Vamps looks great here.
Woo. Wow.
Double pump spell in our opponent's deck is tough stuff.
That was spicy.
So what do we like, what do we not like for this matchup?
That's a great question. So definitely Cleansing Ray.
Definitely.
Right, because this just acts as a removal spell, like a 2-mana removal spell, which is great. What don't we like for this matchup?
That's the question. I think I like most of what we're up to here.
Yeah. Sentry actually looks pretty good here.
Yeah, Sentry, I was thinking the same thing. Pride I like as a mirror breaker.
Yep, they'll definitely act as a mirror breaker. Reaver also seems good. Bonds.
Removal's fine.
Yeah.
It could be one of the 4s.
Could be a 4. I mean, Impale I think is still worth it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't actually see them play in huge creatures, but they probably have at least something that's worth impaling.
Against white and black that have a lot of removal options, do we want Mark of the Vampire to open us up for getting 2 for 1? I mean, that could be a potential thing that we cut.
I don't hate that, actually. Right, it feels like we have better mirror breakers than they do, and this isn't going to be a matchup that we need to just cheese out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think Mark of the Vampire is the cut here. I like that a lot, especially on the draw. Yep. Nice. I think on the play, you have a chance where you can get in with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think on the draw, that definitely doesn't happen too much. Yeah, I like that. That should. See.
All right, we got a draw as well as last game. Oh, what a hand. So this one, Return to Sender, I think.
That is a snap mulligan. I think we have to keep
I think so, yeah. We got the Scry.
The Zealot, I like.
Zealot would be great on turn 2 if we just get there. Yeah, this is the land we needed. I still think Zealot on turn 2 over the, what is it, Sky Marcher?
Yeah.
What do you think? Oh, is it Skyblade?
Skyblade Legion. Yeah, it's like one of the flying vampires that isn't a Sky Marcher. Yeah, I think.
I just want to see more cards here. Hit my land drops.
No, for sure. I think, Zealot feels really good. Especially if we don't hit a land there.
Plus it blocks Martyr of Dusk.
Yeah, which I think I'm fine trading that.
I think so too. Saves us some life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's hit that land.
Yeah, hang that land here would be great.
The fact that we didn't see any Sadistics, yikes. Once we get there on lands, or
yeah, I mean, again, this is 2 good pieces of removal, good creatures, evasive creatures. We just really need to. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, if they waste a pump spell on this to save it, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah. Sure.
They get their lifelink here. The worst thing we could see here is that Sadistic Sky Marcher. Even so, we could probably just trade it off with the Bloodletter.
Which actually is fine with our Skyblade.
Yeah, it is. Even if we don't hit a land.
The pump spell there does feel kind of bad.
There we go.
Okay, so do we should lower?
Yeah. Get it on the board. I don't like. Yeah, get it on the board because then if we hit a land, we play the Scorifier.
Yeah, and actually, the presence, so the fact that we saw two Vampire Zeal actually makes me pretty disinclined to block the Skyblade on. Well,
They'll probably attack with their 1/1 because they know that we. So they just advertise that they don't have
they
the
don't
trick.
have the trick. Yeah. Okay. Take the 2.
Yep. Yeah, I think you're supposed to attack with the 1/1 there because we'd be scared to block it.
Yeah. Arterial Flow. Well, that's annoying. So Voracious, I think.
Yeah. Is it Voracious Glorifier? It can't be Voracious Glorifier.
No. Is it Voracious Impale? No.
No, we need our
Bonds.
It might be Bonds. That's pretty
I
shielded.
think yeah. But Skyblade, I think, is going to be good for us.
Yeah, we need Skyblade, especially in the way this game is shaping up.
Yeah. I think it's Voracious and Bonds.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Yeah.
It's a punishing card, I should say. Especially when we had a mulligan already. Like that.
So let's get that Glorifier down.
Yeah, start cracking.
You know what would be punishing if they had another one of those? It actually
Okay, if you're running 2 of those, honestly, that you should be punished for running 2 of those.
Yeah, I agree. One of the things about our opponent's deck is it's so much lower to the ground, like a lot of 2s
like
and that kind of thing.
Let's see if they attack. Oh, they so don't have the trick.
They do not have the trick. Well, I kind of like this attack from them.
Do you block here?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think we can afford to play around the trick for a little while.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was an argument. Jeez.
I think we're okay with that.
Yeah, I mean probably.
Because now we can send because then if they have the trick, they still get it, and they're advertising that they do.
Yeah. I think we just play Legion here.
Yeah, definitely don't mind that. And
do we play this up too? I think we do. Right? If we rip Dusk Charger off the top, I think that's fine to play.
This is going to go to a little bit of a top deck war style situation, but what we have should still be pretty good.
I think at some point we are going to need to force the trick out of their hand.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to. What do you give up, your 3/3 or your 1/3 to the trick?
I think give up the 3/3. Is my inclination.
I'm down with that. The
fact that they're hesitating so much really makes me think they don't have it.
They could just be like really being careful about it, but
I think we block it. Yeah.
I think we do. Yeah, it's time to see if they have it or not.
Yeah, there it is. But if it's,
I mean, it still just has to get out of their hand.
It does. It's still frustrating. All right, creature would be great here.
Ooh, and a great creature at that.
That is actually a really good creature for us here. I think we just
just slap that off.
Come on. Oh.
Draw that extra land.
Yeah. All right.
Sucks we didn't hit, but
do we attack here? I don't think so.
I don't think so yet. I think we can wait till we hit something big, and we can kill the first big thing they hit.
Yeah. Paladin.
I don't even know what this card does.
So it's if you lost life.
Oh, it starts
at each upkeep, you put a counter on it, and then when it dies, you gain life. Okay, so now they definitely don't have trick anymore. Oh, that's a lot of fun.
That is a lot of fun. And I think we can just keep on Passeroni's.
Yeah.
See who breaks parity first.
So it is interesting. We hit one more permanent. We are actually out of send. Skyblade, sure.
Everything just matches up so nicely here. Everything is butts heads, and we don't need to force them to do anything until we hit something that breaks the mirror.
Mm-hmm. Although we have no idea. And there you go.
Value.
Yeah.
Now we have a big guy.
A 5/5 is pretty good on this board.
Yep. That's what we needed to hit.
It is. Actually, amusingly, if they wanted to kill this, they would have to block with all four of their creatures.
Wow. Yep.
And then I think if they do that, we'd probably kill these three. Leave the martyr alive.
Second Impale, you think? That'd be pretty annoying here.
Raider's Wake.
Does that make us pitch our...
Whenever they discard a card, player loses 2 life. And it's rage triggered. So they have to throw
So they're going to attack now to
trigger this. Attack with the vampire here. Oh, because it doesn't actually...
Because, that's pretty good on there.
Yeah, I guess,
Yeah, I think so. If they want to use their last card as Vamp Zeal, that's out of their hand. They got Impale out of their hand, which is a big game. They went kind of hard on discard, which is interesting. They must have thought that was their avenue to break parity.
Right. Do we attack with the charger here?
I think so.
Yeah.
Start, pressuring them a little bit. I kind of like holding that land, I think.
No, we don't want to hold it. Raider's Wake, man.
Oh!
Yeah.
You're right. It would just happen.
Yeah.
Great call.
Yeah.
I forget that Raider's Wake just sits out there doing that.
Yep. No, it's really right. Like it does kind of force us to snap stuff off as we have it.
Yeah, which we would probably be doing anyway.
That's true.
Yeah, great call on that.
All right, so
they'll get some damage through and a counter.
From the paladin. But I don't know how many hits you want to take with the charger before you're like,
Exactly. Top deck war scenario. This could be a matchup for Recover.
I can see that. I'd buy that. See what they have here. Sadistic Skymarcher would be really good for them. Voracious. That's fine.
I think that's fine.
Yeah. Do you put it on?
I'm really not sure.
Skyblade.
Yeah, just get in for the guaranteed 2.
Yeah. I could see an argument for putting on Martyr, actually. Right, because then it would... Oh.
That seems interesting.
I mean, it forces us to triple block.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to kill it. But I think we're fine killing it. Right, like, I'm happy trading, like, these 2 creatures.
Well, they might still have this Vamp Zeal.
I have a Vamp Zeal.
Because we know they have 2 of them. I think we would just take the 3. Go to 10.
Yeah, alright, I'm fine with that.
Because we're going to batch back for 5. If you want to get in with your one of your bigger creatures, we're going to keep serving with this.
Sure. No cards in hand.
Ah, what a draw.
Yeah.
Our deck is in love with us.
Yeah, it is.
Blocks super duper well. Well, let's go to combat first, huh?
Yep.
Thankfully, Vamp Zeal alone is not enough to super punish us here, but it keeps our stuff alive. So they go to 9 now. We drop a big dumb blocker.
Emphasis on big and dumb blocker.
What did Andrea Mengucci call them? Chickens?
Chickens!
We dropped the old chicken.
Yeah, so it comes a 3/3, but it still gets blocked by a 2/5.
Oh, yeah. For the foreseeable future. Impale.
Not another Impale.
Ooh.
Oh. Wow.
I like where they're at with that.
Jeez. I mean, now we have to...
Yeah, now we have to just see if they have Vamp Zeal. If they have it, this is the game cheesed out by Mark. But what can one do? They've been holding it, that last card in hand, for a while, and they've been playing in a way that makes me think they might have it, but it could have been a bluff.
We'll find out real soon. The fact that they ordered... I don't know. I actually have no idea what this tells me about what they have.
I think you would still put the Pterodon first.
I think so.
Or I guess if they have Vamp Zeal, they're just going for kill all your small guys so they can start getting through on the ground. No, I guess that's the decision they have. If you don't have it, you put the Pterodon first, no matter what.
Jeez.
I think that's all she wrote.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, we could peel... I think we're out of really good removal. Like, them making us discard our...
the Impale.
Impale.
And the Luminous Bonds, actually.
They got rid of all of our removal. That's what allowed them to do this. Well, now we have to leave back the Dusk Charger.
Yeah.
And make some bad trades.
Yep.
That was really close. And Mark of the Vampire was... Well, having the second Vamp Zeal was nutty.
I mean, our opponent just had a really good curve out that it punished us pretty hard.
I think it was mainly the fact that they managed to eat our good removal that we were trying to hold.
Yeah. The fact that we didn't get to cast either of our removal spells is pretty feel bad.
So now we trade off Dusk Charger, or at least attempt to.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we're just not.
Yeah.
If they're running 3 combat tricks, like, fine.
So let's see, what are our
we
blocks?
definitely block here. I think we block here.
Yeah, and I think we block the... That's what I would do. Take at least 3.
Honestly,
snap off Pride of the Conquerors here.
If this stands, we're not that bad off.
Yeah, all we got to do is keep drawing, actual stuff.
I mean, they gain a ton of life, but we have a pretty high creature count.
Yeah.
What do you have now?
Ooh, that's good. Well, not really. We trade it off, but then they keep getting in with the 1. We just need to hit them out of land. Yeah, that's brutal here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll keep getting in with... So we'll get in for 3.
What is our best draw here? Like, I'm not even sure what it is.
Honestly, probably another Pterodon.
Another Pterodon is probably
I think that's actually what it is. Snubhorn would also not be terrible.
So take 3, and then we can plan on taking 3.
So we need a creature, right? Because we need to be like, God, they just keep ripping.
Oh, that's it.
Wow.
This was an interesting one. Makes me wonder if we want Mark in since they're planning on cheesing at games with Mark, or if we want to keep Mark out, right?
I mean, we've seen 1 Impale, right? What a top deck from our opponent right there.
That's sort of that card at its best is when you're top decking it here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
that's all she wrote.
Yeah.
Mark of the Vampire. Our opponent did run super duper well that game.
Yeah. Right. I mean, we definitely flooded a bit towards the end there. We got punished with the double discard. Had to discard 3 cards that game, and all of our stuff was gas.
Yeah. So now that we know that's sort of their plan, I think Recover is pretty good.
Yeah. But what do we cut for, right?
I'm not sure. It could be... No, I think Snubhorn matches up well.
I don't know. I still don't know we cut anything from our deck. Cleansing Ray is great here. Baffling End seems good here. Because we saw 0 enchantment interactions.
True.
It might be Pride.
I could see it being Pride.
I also don't hate it, right?
I don't hate it either.
We've gotten into board stalls once or twice with them, and that would just be savage. I think we just run it like this. I think we run it like this.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I think we got really...
I mean, they had to come up with a really good...
They had really good...
a lot of shenanigans there.
Yeah.
I think this is a fine keep.
Oh, this is definitely a keep, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I like this hand.
Yeah.
Do you go turn 2 Zealot? I think so. But it depends on if we draw a land. Probably Martyr.
Yeah, I like playing the Martyr if we draw land as well.
If we don't, I agree with that. Probably playing the Zealot's the right call. Okay, Zealot it is. There we go.
Nice.
That is good here. So let's see. So what's the... Oh. Okay. No 2 draw from the bottom.
Interesting. I like these runner lands.
Yeah. I mean, at 4 now, that's going to be nice.
We get to deploy a lot of stuff here, and we just want to get stuff down before their discard comes down.
Yeah.
Silly discard plan. If they're going to spend their time making us discard, though, like we can start getting ahead on dudes, which will feel nice.
Right. Yeah. If they go black mana,
Arterial Flow. Yeah. Conquistadors.
Gets more dudes for them to play, right?
Yeah. Conquistadors is pretty good. It's actually been better in my opponent's deck our opponent's deck than I had imagined.
Yeah.
Do you still serve with both and bluff like you have a trick, or do you think your opponent would know better that we don't have a trick?
The fact that we have yet to play a trick in 2 games makes me think we probably just have the Martyr.
We could also, put a counter on the
the
Zealot and then
I like that.
crack him for 2.
That's definitely the play. Right, because then either they kill...
Yeah, they have to trade if they want to block that way. But we can just keep hitting lands and get this Pterodon down.
Glorify?
I think so, yeah. Keep being mana efficient. Teardown will be big game.
Yeah, well.
I think
if you're the opponent, you probably block the Zealot.
Yeah, I think so too. And
No.
I guess I'm not sure. I think I would block the Zealot. Yeah.
If nothing else, right? They've seen 1 or 2 Ascend cards out of our deck.
Yeah. Because they just be keeping our permanent count the same. They miss a land drop.
Yeah, they can't even actually go and get the other Conquistador.
Because they have to discard. Unless they have a land. Yeah, and if they miss a land drop, that's a little feel bad for them. All gas, no breaks.
Do we just play out the Lieutenant?
I wonder, do we want to try to be more mana efficient? I sort of like maybe... Because I guess the mana efficient line is run out Dusk Charger, but that's not exciting. Lieutenant doesn't do that much here.
Would be... Oh, it's totally Voracious Vampire. Put the Menace on the Dusk.
Oh, yeah.
Go, because then that's either being for 6, or they chumped it Glorifier.
Yeah, and then next turn we have Pump Menace guy. Yeah, I like that. Slightly more mana efficient. And if we hit a land, then we can... oh, no, we can't quite. Well, we can't spell.
Yeah. Well, so you could go Luminous Bonds.
Take out one of their... Yeah. Yeah, that's a good line. I like this.
Slap on the Martin.
They make us pitch. What are we throwing away?
That's a great question.
Because this hand is gas.
Probably the Charger and Luminous Bonds, I think.
I like that.
Alright, the Pterodon is just going to get in the air and just do a lot of work there.
Yeah, so they also have to take their turn off to make us discard this, so it's not even that bad. Yeah. They're really behind the gun on this one. This is Legion Conquistador looking kind of weak.
Yep. It's also them just getting stuck on lands.
Yeah. They had to maul. They got stuck on lands.
They went and got it. They had a little... That's weird.
Ooh.
Oh,
double spell.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah, they're going to make us discard stuff maybe, so we might as well. Yeah. And then this is super punishing. Because then if they
it gets in for 7.
And now look at
or
our
6.
dudes. Yeah. So now they have to snap off the Martyr of Dusk probably, and doing so leaves us with a 2/2 lifelink. Yep. So that's pretty good.
Yep. 7.
All right. So I don't know what gets our opponent out. At 4 mana.
If they hit a land, they have an Impale. Right.
Does that even do it? I don't think so.
Oh no, it does.
Because they have to tap out for it. They have no blockers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they had any outs there.
Yeah, they're just too far behind. The fact that we basically got to curve out.
Oh yeah, we had a beautiful curve out.
Finally, we actually got to play Lieutenant. And that was the first time we got to play it. And in our deck, it's a house.
Some very fun games here.
Yeah.
I really like their discard package, and then it managed to really give them the win last game, and then kind of throw them the game.
Yeah, right. That's the problem with discard, right? Discard is a little bit more. It's more of a win more mechanic than it is.
Yeah.
Than is a fair mechanic.
When you're behind like this, super bad.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well,
yeah. Join us for the next game.
See you back soon.